Hello everyone, do a little video here on paper space. Hopefully this won't take too long. I'm trying to keep my videos short. This one might be a little bit longer. There's a lot to say. Alright, so here's my model space. Got some stuff going on here. And I want to get my paper space set up. So to do that, I got to switch to paper. This little tab down here at the bottom. Now I already got my border set up here. But now I got to create a viewport from my paper space into my model space. So I'm already on my viewport layer, so I'm going to type in VIEWPORT. Okay, and then I'm going to create a viewport. Hit OK. Alright, now I just created the viewport. I double click inside the viewport and I can edit inside that viewport. I can pan around, edit, that sort of thing. Okay. So first thing you want to do is set your annotation scale. Now I'm going to do 1 inch equals 30 feet. Okay. Now I've set that. Now I click out of that window. Now I'm in my paper space again. Now select the viewport, right click, hit properties. Now you want to, once you set your annotation scale, it's the way you like it. You need to lock it. Now, I'll show you why that's so helpful. Alright, so now it's locked. So I can double click in here and I zoom in. Now notice when I zoom in, it keeps the annotation scale the same. Alright, now let's click on this, go back to properties, and display locked, no. Alright, now I click back in the viewport and I zoom in. Now it's changing the scale of the viewport. That's not really what you want to do. Let's go back to 1 inch equals 30. Put it back. Hit properties. Locked. Yes. Okay. Viewport's locked. Now, show you a few other things. Probably everyone knows, but that's fine. Alright, so now I'm looking in the viewport. Now I've got some things that are showing up here that I don't want to show up, like my traverse lines. They're on their own layer. Now if I hit freeze, it'll freeze it out of this viewport. Now if I go back to model space, that still shows up. What I've done, let me show you. I'm going to click in the viewport and I'm going to open up my layers. Now this is my traverse layer. Okay, you can see it's thawed, it's on, it's thawed. When you go over here in your viewport, it's frozen. Now this gets really handy on plan sets and that sort of thing. You want to have multiple viewports for paper spaces. You want to have some things frozen on some viewports, not on others, that sort of thing. It's good. Like for instance, I've got a unknown layer there that's still on. Control point, don't want that. Okay, it's starting to look better. Alright. What else do I want to tell you guys? Text. Annotative text. Alright. Let's go ahead and create some text. Let's set this at 1 inch equals 60, and I'm going to create some text. And YouTube. Alright, so I go to properties. That was created at 1 inch equals 60 feet. Annotative text. I used to hate it, I love it now. Alright, go to my paper space. Wait, what just happened? I don't see that text I just created. Well, if I go back to my model space and click it and hit annotative object scale, add current scale, okay, it doesn't do what I want it to. No, it's because I got to change my current scale. Alright, so if I change my scale back to 1 inch equals 30, select that, annotative object scale, add current scale. My problem there is that I did not switch back in my model space annotative scale to 1 inch equals 30 and then select it and then change it. Learn from my mistake. So now I'll go to paper. Now that shows up. This is also handy when you have, say, a plant set or whatever. You've got multiple viewports, different scales. You can have all those sort of things but only have one model space. There's no reason to have multiple drawings and blah 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 when you're all working off the same thing. You just modify your paper space. Now while I'm talking about this, I'll show you one other thing. Okay, if you click on this and hit move or copy, say you like this layout right here, you want to make a copy. So we're going to create a copy of paper. So now I've got paper 2. So maybe that's sheet 2. I've started sheet 2. I can make changes, change my viewport. There you go. Now I can double click on this and say this is sheet 2. Enter. I'm going to change my paper, and all I'm doing is double click on that, sheet 1. There you go. I moved real quick. Thanks, guys.